YouTube. I am your host, Marcus Parks, and this is another day down here in Florida. I am back from vacation. And as you can tell, I'm pretty energetic, bright and early in the morning, unlike I usually am. I actually got a lot of sleep last night, took some NyQuil because I felt sick, and bright and early, ready to go. Let's go. So today, what we got going on is we got the gray Z32. We're going to be putting some test pipes on this bad boy. So that means that this comes off, and the down pipes up there that mount to the turbo come off. The few things that are down here underneath should be super simple. This and this and this and this all should just come right off. This doesn't get used anymore, so you give it a little snipperoonie and then put it back up into the subframe, into the body up there underneath this. These don't get used anymore, so I believe they don't get used anymore. So these are going to come off, and yeah, just the typical things. We finally got the wheels back, so I'm gonna spray everything down with a lot of penetrant, and then I'm gonna put the wheels on. I'm gonna put the car back up in the air, and then we're gonna start on these test pipes, and I'll spray some more penetrant on it, and then we'll start going at it. So that's what I'm gonna do right now. That should probably take me a couple hours to do, just getting it all situated and making sure that all of it goes right. But yeah, let's go ahead and jump onto this. Okay guys, so what we got going on here is the Y pipes on this 300 are out. It took a lot longer than I thought. I had to take the starter out and stuff. That's on the floor right there. The little shield goes on the starter, but the Y pipes are out. Now the very tricky part comes when I have to take out the down pipes. The new ones are on the other side of the box right there. You can see them sticking out. But you got to get up into here and get these Y pipes off and do a bunch of other stuff. And this little heat shield right here is giving me some trouble, so I don't know how long this is going to take, but we're going to just take our time at it and figure it out. First time doing it. First time's always the hardest. Second time gets better. After that, it's just like second nature, and you just keep taking them on and off and doing the stuff. So we're going to go ahead, keep chugging along on this. But before we do that, we have fuel pumps to put on this R35. It's got a 4 fuel pump system, so that it doesn't actually have 4, it has 3. But as you can see in here, it's got all this wiring and stuff. This big connector is for the fuel pumps right there. The fuel lines are there. It's got this nice metal aluminum fuel top for the fuel tank, so that's really cool. And just a bunch of stuff right there. Roberto's actually doing a little bit of research on this to figure out how we actually take this thing apart, but we're going to be getting on that. Wow, it's smelling 85 in there. I get a little dizzy. But yeah, I'm gonna do that. This, I think I'm gonna get some food in a little while because I haven't eaten. I had to go grocery shopping tonight because I just got paid basically for my birthday, and I'll pick up some groceries. Just keep going through the days, guys. Keep going through the days. I have a small video of what I did in Connecticut that I'll probably post up today, edit it up a little bit better than I did the other night, and we're just gonna figure out what else we got going on. Have fun today. Post a really good video tomorrow. My special car got here actually Friday, literally as soon as I left. Car got dropped off here, so it's down at the end down there. You can't see it. It's behind Peter's truck on the other side. I'll go take a video of that in a little while, but we're gonna start working on that thing hopefully maybe tonight. I don't absolutely know, but I might take the seats out of it and do that. But I'm gonna stop rambling. I'm gonna get back to some work. I'll do some timelines later on tonight on that stuff, but yeah, let's stay tuned. So guys, this is what that pump looks like.
Yeah, the customer is complaining about losing fuel pressure at high horsepower. This is making 1400 horsepower. But I caught something that it doesn't matter how many pumps you put on this car, it's not gonna make more power because he's still running stock lines. So it doesn't matter how much pump you have. If you don't have the lines to move the fuel from the back of the car to the front of the car, it doesn't work. It's like sucking a Slurpee through a coffee straw.
It sucks.
It sucks. Doesn't suck. Yeah. So you update your pumps, you gotta upgrade your fuel lines too.
So
There.
this is what those fuel pumps look like.
That's what he wanted though, so.
You gotta put these in, and then the top of it goes on, and then
You gotta jiggle fuck them in.
you get the rest in there. Then it just kind of goes on, bolts up, and you're good.
Well, you gotta have the right jiggle fucking form though. If you don't, you can't get them in. Like right now my form's off, so like I'm not really getting a solid jiggle fuck out of it.
I see.
But if I'm gonna change my form a little bit to get a really good jiggle fuck out of it, and then, bam. That's how you use the correct jiggle fuck form to get these on. Took me years of jiggle fucking to. And that feels hot.
I think it's just because your hand is cold.
No, it's hot as shit.
Why is the E85 hot?
You know what, typically I don't notice that these fuel tanks get that hot. Either this guy drove a very, very long while, or these pumps are so restricted, they're making a shitload of heat in the fuel, which is another problem.
Which is not good.
No.
Monday's video, I had posted my little Connecticut one, and I hope you guys liked it, but this is just a continuation of yesterday. The exhaust is finally done on this gray Z. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna move those two cars, the green Z and the gray 32, pull this Z out, and then proceed to bring Chris's car back in. We're gonna do the braided brake lines, put the new caliper rotors on, and then by that time Roberto should be here-ish, and we get to do the calipers. Sorry, I'm like all over the place today. It's still a little early, but that's what I'm gonna do right now. The exhaust came out great. Roberto made a comment about last week sometime, and he said that this thing actually sounds like an RB when you start it up, which if you really think about it, it kind of does. It's not exactly like it, but the tone is slightly like it. Putting this exhaust on just made it sound even more like it. So I'll start it up for you guys really quick, and we can give it a test. So. Kind of sounds like an RB, not really. The real one is when you like turn it off, because it does all the surging of the turbos cooling down and stuff like that. But this thing sounds awesome. I can't wait for the customer to see it and hear it and do all the good stuff with it. You're gonna have a lot of fun with this thing, dude. And yeah, let's back these two cars out and bring in the Z. Guys, so we have Chris's Z in here, and I'll show you what we got on the car right now. We got the stock Z brakes, 300ZX. The Nissan version of Brembo, so it's the 4-piston in the front, and we got the 2-piston in the back. Pretty good setup. He just thinks that he just wants a better brake setup for his car, since we're going to try to get it up to some bigger power, and he wants it to be able to stop. Since he can't really downshift all too much because it's an auto car, he wants just the nice stopping power for it. So that's what we got going on here. We're going to be taking off these brakes right here, and we're going to be putting on these nice Akebono brakes. These are off an Infinity, so we're going to be putting all this stuff on. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to get these rotors and mounting brackets on the car, but first obviously I'm going to take all that stuff off. He got the calipers painted green with chameleon flake in it, so in certain light they look yellow, but most of the time they look green. And he got the rotors painted, powder coated the centers, and he even did the fins. So this is really cool. And then later on, when Roberto gets here, he's just going to put the calipers together and give those to me so that I can put them on the car. But we're going to do all of the rest of it first. We're going to put the new lines on, put the rotors on, the mounting brackets, take off all the old stuff, and get the pads all set and ready to go on the car. So that's what we're going to do right now, and go. Okay guys, so now that all of them are off, I believe I am going to have to pause my TV. I am going to have to cut a little bit along this dust shield just so that the new rotors will fit onto here and work properly. All of this stuff is in great condition. And then have to cut the front one just a little bit, get the brackets mounted up, and then we can start putting on the braided brake lines and stuff. There's a lot of brake fluid on the floor, but we could just clean that up later. It's not a big deal. And just keep moving forward on this. I did a little time lapse of this side. I didn't do the other side because it gets boring after a while. And then we will go on to putting on the rotor calipers. Hopefully Roberto gets here in a little while and we can get that done. So keep going. Okay guys, so what we got going on here is it's super late now. I've been just like going through the rest of my day and doing a bunch of other stuff, but right here we got the rear caliper. Not caliper, this ain't a caliper, this doesn't do nothing. This is the rear rotor. I should actually make sure that I have these rotors on there the right way. And yeah, these are the rotors. They look great on here. I had to do a lot of trimming for the backing plates, but that's how that is. The braided brake lines are in and everything, and then bam, here is a caliper on here. The braided brake lines, like I just said, caliper, rotors on, looking sick, looking sweet. Can't wait to get this thing done. But right outside here, we're gonna take a little trip down to the end of the row here. We're gonna look through all these cars. We got the 33, a Z, Roberto Z, this GTR, the Beamer, another Z, another GTR, some more stuff. I'm trying to walk fast and talk so that you guys don't get bored, but we're going to go see my new car. And looking at it, super sick. Can't wait to drive it. Can't wait to get it finished, and not really finished, but looking good, smelling good, and whatnot. But right here we go, guys. This is the new car. This will be the new daily after I fix some stuff on the inside. It's got a lot of mold in here, so I have to figure out what's going on in here, get some electrical stuff going on in this. But this thing is awesome. This is a G37. (2007) G37. This thing's awesome, guys. It's definitely a little rough around the edges, but this thing is super sweet. I like it. It's already got decent rims on there, Akebono brakes, big rotors. This thing's sweet. I have lots of plans for this thing too. Obviously, like I always do, I talk a big game, but I try to keep it going. Tomorrow, we will be going to get my intercooler piping. Harvey called me today. I talked to him. We got everything situated, and I got to go pay him tomorrow and pick him up so we can throw it back on the 180 and get this thing rolling, because it hasn't been driving in a while. And that's not good. Not okay with that. So this is what we'll be working on hopefully later on this week. We got some stuff to figure out, like this little bit of bumper stuff right there. And that's Jeff. But yeah, we got the bumper to figure out. The mold inside. It doesn't really run right now. There's a little bit of electrical issue, something wrong with it, but I can't wait to see this thing rolling around and driving, because it's gonna be sweet. But yeah, guys, I'm going to probably end this video, edit it up, post it up for you guys so that it's not super long and whatnot. But yeah, guys, that's about it. If you guys like the video, don't forget to subscribe, hit the like button, comment, share, do all the good stuff. I'm your host, Marcus Parks, and I'll see you guys
in the next one.